Hey, so today is day 4 on the road and we are in Virginia. We're in North Carolina. Andrew's decided to stop again. Today is day 4 on the road and we are in Virginia. We had a slow start. We actually had a really cool visit to the Stonewall Jackson shrine. So the death site was really very interesting for us because
we're Canadian, so we don't really get a lot of American history.
That's right, yeah. So
and it was kind of like a private class, which is cool anyway.
Yes, because actually there weren't a lot of people there. When we actually pulled up to the place, there was nobody there. There was actually one car there that we saw, but we couldn't find them anywhere. And so there were plaques outside, so we looked at that. Oh, this is interesting. Do you hear the train? Henry?
This sounds like one of our escape rooms. Remember the train one? See if we can see it.
Well, we just passed the train tracks. I mean, it's going right here. And we were looking at the plaques, and then you guys actually started walking.
My daddy started walking, and I started following him.
Yes, so you guys started walking towards the house, and we didn't know that it was even open. We didn't actually realize that that was a museum. And so when I actually turned the corner and I heard you say, "Oh, there's like a museum," and then there was a fellow there, I was really
so surprised.
Yes, we were both really surprised. So we went in, and it was incredibly informative. So we're pretty big history buffs. Jack and I really like history. And so we learned all about Stonewall Jackson and that site. So the house that we were in was actually his death site. So he was brought there after being fatally wounded by friendly fire. So we got the whole tour. They told us about his last days in the house. And then we learned about all of these different battles that happened in Virginia. We learned so much about the Civil War.
And the Confederate Army stays camped here. In May of '63, Hooker decides he wants to try and get around Lee and hopes to actually get around Lee here to get behind him and attack him from the rear at Fredricksburg. Lee figures out, turns around, and engages him at Chancellorsville instead. The victory at Chancellorsville was arguably Lee's greatest military success during the war. He was vastly outnumbered here. He was caught fighting on land, on terrain he did not want to fight on, that no one wanted to fight on.
So that was very interesting. And after we stopped there, and Andrew saw the sign on the highway, and he was like, "You know what, we're going to do this." And I thought, okay, that's fine. So much for making time. But it was a great lesson and a great experience. So I'm really glad that we did it. Mm-hmm. Good one for Daddy, eh?
Yeah.
Man, we lost the train. We were racing the train and we lost it. Why, train? Why did you...
We're trying to make our way down to Wilmington. Well, actually, all the way down to Savannah, Georgia. I don't know if we're going to make it.
Because we spent like an hour at that museum, so...
And we're driving down. We're trying to get to the coast because right now we're on the I-95 and it's pretty much all of this straight down. So we're trying to find something prettier, the more scenic route. But we're just gonna see how the day goes. Andrew's got a headache. I'm hungry. Last night there were people outside of our hotel room that were just talking and talking and talking. I had to call the front desk twice. Anyways, so we're tired.
But yesterday I slept.
And yesterday we all slept in a double bed.
Yes, because they didn't have a room for us. They were overbooked. So by the time we got there, they didn't have a room for us. But thankfully, a couple in front of us who were there before us, who they also didn't have a room for, they actually found one for them, and they gave it to us because we had small kids with us and they felt bad. So that was extremely kind. And that was after our flat tire. So yesterday was hard.
But they did get a room. I didn't wake up, but yesterday me and Mom were also seasick in the car.
Oceanside, yeah. So
yeah, yesterday wasn't the greatest day.
but today is a new day.
Yesterday was
But we all
very
fit
crazy.
in the double bed.
Yeah, we all fit in the double bed.
So that's an
Okay.
accomplishment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Banquet for Lafayette held on February 27, 1825, when the tavern was an original site northeast. What's this, 3 blocks?
There's another sign over there. Someone's reading it.
Underground Railroad train.
Oh, that's cool. Mommy's scared of going on this road. She's got her tire punctured again. Hello. Well, it's kind of like what I'm with you. I'm scared to walk on it at the same time as Daddy. Like, if it's not stable.
We're in North Carolina. Andrew's decided to stop again because he saw a sign for historic Halifax. So since we're from Nova Scotia and Halifax, we thought we'd check it out. It's pretty amazing actually. There's quite an old cemetery here and lots of old buildings. So we're just walking around, seeing what things were here. Apparently there was a market out here.
I'm going to put on my hood since it's raining. Yes, you're right, everybody. Are those little houses?
The Daughters of the American Revolution. So we learned that historic Halifax was a political and commercial center during the time of the American Revolution. So we ended up walking around, we took some pictures, looked at plaques. It was a really interesting place. We spent probably about an hour or so there, and then we got back in the car and headed back on the road.
I thought the Ferris wheel.
There's another Ferris wheel.
You saw it with your hand? Yeah. Well, do you want to see it with your eyes? It's on my side. My side. Look on my side. It's coming. Ready? Keep looking. Do you see it? Yeah. Look.
Do you know where you are? You're inside a restaurant. Here's the menu. That's what you've got? Look, there's some chips. Do you want some chips? That would be very spicy. Oh, that one might be spicy. Why don't you grab that one? Yeah? Well, that might be spicy. That might be spicy. Yeah, doesn't it look good? What? Your food looks amazing.
Want to try it?
It's especially lovely when you put a jalapeno in.
How is it, Andrew?
So good.
Yeah, I see mine.
Now walk this way. Like that. But don't smile. Don't smile. Concentrate.
After eating at Bamba, which was an amazing restaurant, we were so happy to have gone there. We wanted to go back. We were hoping to hit it on the way back home. We ended up driving to South Carolina, North Charleston, and we ended up checking into our hotel. It was a really, really long night, long day, long night, but it was incredibly fun. We learned so much, and so we just got into the hotel. The kids were on the iPad for a little bit just to sort of decompress, and then we went to bed because we knew that we had a really big day coming up the next day, because the next morning we were going to do Drayton Hall and some of the plantations in South Carolina before heading over to Orlando.